I don't know how many of you saw the viral video of Senator Kyrsten Sinema being chased into the bathroom at Arizona State University, where she has been teaching for 19 years, and saw her being confronted there by illegal immigrants, basically, who are arguing that she should be behaving in a certain way as it pertains to citizenship, even though they don't really understand the political process. And Senator Sinema is not holding up the idea of 8 million undocumented people becoming documented. The Senate parliamentarian has said that isn't allowed in the Democrats' budget reconciliation bill. But Kyrsten Sinema out of Arizona is a Democratic senator, and she was confronted in the bathroom. And Joe Biden said he didn't agree with it, but that was part of the process. And I got to fundamentally reject what President Biden said. Regardless of your politics, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Black, White, Asian, and Hispanic. In fact, what I've been arguing for is just abandon political contemplation. And anytime there's a new story that emerges, just consider this question. Is it sane or is it insane? And don't consider the politics associated with it. So I want you to think about this. If your mom, if your grandma, if your sister, if your daughter went into the bathroom, would you think it was appropriate for anyone to take a camera into the bathroom behind them and film while they were in the stall going to the bathroom? I can't imagine that hardly anyone out there, regardless of politics, which is why I'm saying take it away, would believe that that behavior was appropriate. In fact, I think that should be charged with a crime, because you shouldn't be filming people in the bathroom, period. And indeed, if you watch that video, there are other random people that were just using that bathroom that come out and suddenly find themselves on camera, even though they aren't the senator, okay? So this behavior, and since then, Senator Sinema has also been lectured on an airplane. This behavior is easy to condemn. And Joe Biden should have condemned it in no uncertain terms. He should have said, look, we can agree or disagree on a political situation, but it is not part of the process to confront people in their private lives, certainly not in places with high degrees of expectations of privacy, such as the bathroom, and lecture them about your own particular political belief. That is 100% unacceptable. And any DA worth his or her salt would look into whether or not there might be criminal charges justified based on that behavior. Because the precedent that you set is wildly important as the President of the United States. And if you don't condemn that kind of behavior, then it will become, as it already has been, thanks to Congressman Maxine Waters a couple of years ago, will become more and more commonplace and will continue to descend more and more into a dangerous position where no one is allowed any reasonable expectation of privacy, regardless of their politics. I don't know how much I would agree with Senator Sinema on. She's a Democratic senator from Arizona. But I know that I agree she deserves personal space, respect, and privacy in the bathroom of all places. And so I think the president totally botched his response there. Remember, Joe Biden ran on the idea of restoring decency to America. He had a layup of a question. If I were president of the United States, this exact same scenario had played out. Here's what I would have said without really any prep at all. I saw the video. It was 100% inappropriate. Every senator deserves a reasonable expectation of privacy, Democrat or Republican. I believe that the people who followed Senator Sinema deserve to be condemned for their behavior. They made a poor choice, and I think there should be an investigation to see whether or not they broke the law by filming in a bathroom at Arizona State, and potentially, if the DA determines that it's justified, charges should be brought in that case. I would encourage anyone, Democrat, Republican, Independent, who has a disagreement with a political figure to be respectful, to practice civility, to be respectful, to practice civility, and to not engage in that kind of behavior. Simple, easy answer. Joe Biden couldn't manage it, even though he knew that question was definitely going to be asked of him. I think it's yet another failure of the Biden presidency.